Welcome to Yoga by Beka. I'm Beka, and if you'd like to do a nice 40-minute yoga session, let's roll out your mat, get into something comfortable, and start out in hero's pose. You're sitting on your heels. Let your hands rest gently in your lap. Breathe deeply in and deeply out. When ready, get into a cross-legged seated position with one foot in front, palms resting lightly on the knees, with your palms open up towards the heavens. Breathe deeply in and out. Slowing down your thoughts, taming your monkey mind. Notice the way you feel. If you have any types of special places that you're feeling tension in. Set your intention for how you want your practice to go. If there's anything especially difficult that you've been dealing with, it's a good moment to open your heart to healing through movement. Breathe in, arms go high in the air and touch. Stretching deeply, creating length. Exhale and lean over to your left side, letting your right arm drop overhead. Keeping both sits bones firmly into the ground, but getting as deep of a stretch all along the right side body. You can close your eyes and just focus on breathing in lots of pure love and oxygen to the right side body, creating space. And exhaling all the tension and the things that no longer serve you. Now let's come back to center. Take your left hand and grab your right knee and let your right hand go behind you as you look over your right shoulder as though there's someone behind you that you want to spy on. Focusing on lengthening through the crown, lengthen through your spine, and twisting. Now back to center. Breathe deeply in, arms high in the air, creating space and length towards the heavens. And then exhale and lean over towards the right side of your body with your left hand going up overhead, keeping both hips firmly rooted into your mat. Go a little deeper if you can, breathing in good, pure love and oxygen into the left side body as it bends over towards the right side. Exhale all tension and any residual yuckies. Now back to center. Take your right hand and grab your left knee. Let your left palm go behind you. Doing a nice spinal twist, lengthening through the crown of your head towards the ceiling, sucking in your belly button towards your spine and twisting from your belly button. Try to look over your shoulder. Now back to center. Inhale, arms go high in the sky. And then pull your hands down towards your neck interlock your fingers, and now place your interlocked fingers behind the nape of your neck, right around the occipital lobe area of the skull. Now look up to the heavens and open up your heart and chest to the sky, making more space, widening your elbows, getting a great stretch in your upper back and shoulders. Sit your palms behind you and then breathe in and lift your hips up in the air, throwing your head back behind you. Now sit your hips down and come back to neutral. Switch your legs, letting the other foot have a turn in front. You can rock back and forth a few times on your sits bones to readjust. Then put the hands behind you and lift those hips up to the air, arching the back, throwing the head behind you, and then slowly release. Swing your legs around behind you and come to all fours in tabletop position. Take this time to move around in tabletop position, sort of doing giant circles and moving your hips and swaying your shoulders from left to right, like a snake. And then change positions and make big circles or figure eights in the other way. Just kind of going in ways that feel natural and good to your body. Paying attention to how it makes you feel. Rock forward and arch your back and look up. Then sit back on your heels. Then curve your back and thrust your hips forward and down, lifting your head up. And then come back to tabletop position, but widen your knees and sit back on your heels in child's pose. Stretch the hands out in front of you and tint the fingers. Getting a nice deep stretch in your shoulders and your arms. And with your knees super wide apart, you're also opening up the hips, introducing a nice deep stretch in the center of your legs. Get up on your elbows and slowly rock forward and then push yourself back. Look to your right and swoop your head down and then lift it back up. Then lower your face down to the mat, looking to your left and then back up. And just sort of envision your body being a wave. And the trunk of your body, you're waving forward, up and back, looking left and right. Walk your hands forward, rock forward, get your knees together, come to a neutral tabletop position. Extend your right foot out behind you, pointing your toe, getting your hips to become very even. If you need to readjust yourself, just try to get a nice, strong, solid core. Flex the foot, pointing the toes downward. And now pump the leg up and down in very small ways to awaken and warm up your hamstrings. Just pulse it up and down, up and down. Now bend your elbows and lean forward, and then push back up. Lean forward and do a yogi push-up. And now Go down for another push-up. Now lower yourself down and hover above the mat, bringing both feet off the mat, pointing the toes. Now come back up to tabletop position, releasing your right leg down to the floor. Face the right side and let your right arm go high in the air. Your left knee swings out, sort of acting like a kickstand in this modified side plank. Pick up your right leg and sit it down in front of you. Lift the left knee off the mat, and now you're in a side twist high lunge. Place the hand in front of you and then back up. Now lower your hips down to the ground. Place your hands gently behind you and put your hips facing the front of the mat. Bend your left knee over top your right foot, which is extended in front of you, and hinge from the hips and do a forward fold. Go slowly, letting it completely happen from your hips, trying to keep your back straight. For me, I have a bit of a damaged back over the years, so at times that can be difficult for me. So if you need to, lower your chin over top of that top knee that's resting over top the other leg. Release all muscle control in the trunk of your body and let it be heavy over top your knee. Place your hands at your sides and back behind you. And just allow gravity to deepen that stretch. Keeping your hips square with one another, you should feel a lot of sensations all along that extended leg. Sit yourself up now, placing your hands beside you. Lift your hips up to where you're back into that side plank, that altered side plank. Pick that top foot and sit it on top of your bottom foot so that you're in a total and complete side plank, pushing the hips towards the ceiling. Rotate to face the floor, rock forward slightly. Breathe in, and then exhale, sit down your knees, sit down your chest, and then set down your chin. Then push your body up to upward facing dog. Only the tops of your feet and your hands are touching the mat. Place the knees down on the mat, widen them, and then sit back on your heels into child's pose. Tensing the fingers and slowly swaying the shoulders to touch first one knee and then the other. Roll forward, come up into tabletop, and now let's extend your left leg out behind you. Point the toe, make your hips become level with one another. Suck your belly button in to meet your spine. Flex your extended foot, toes are pointing down. and pump the leg up and down in small and controlled movements to warm up and strengthen the hamstring. You should feel a little bit of heat happening in the very small area right under your butt cheek. Now point the toe. Bend your elbows and lower your chin down to the mat, and then push yourself back up into this yogi push-up. Push up 3 times, 4 times. Then lower yourself down, chaturanga, but hover. Pick both feet up into the air, pointing. And then lift yourself up. Swing your right leg out like a kickstand. Left leg is on top. You're facing the left side. You're in side plank. Step your top leg over to the front of the mat in the center into this altered extended side plank. Lower the hips down to the mat. Then lift the hips back up, squeezing them up to the ceiling. Now lower the hips back down. At this time, face the front of your mat and twist to face the front. That leg that was in front bends over top your right leg. Your left knee is bent over your right knee. Stretch the arms high in the air and then bend your body over to grab your foot, hinging from the hips and trying to keep your back straight so that you truly get a nice deep stretch. After you loosen up a little bit, lay the trunk of your body over top your left bended leg that's over your extended right leg. And just place your chin over the knee, almost like you're peering over the edge of a building or something, or looking over a bridge to look down into a pond. Release muscular control completely, laying the hands at your sides and behind you. Letting the shoulders roll forward from gravity, and just let gravity deepen this stretch into your muscles. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Slowly raise yourself up. Place your right arm on the mat, lifting your hips up. Go into side plank. Left arm is high in the sky. You're facing the left side of your mat. Rotate to face the mat into high plank position. Rock forward, bend the elbows, lower down chaturanga. Pull yourself up into upward facing dog. Then transfer your body up and back into downward facing dog. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Take your dog for a walk. Raising one heel, then the other. Feeling a nice stretch along your calf muscles. Slowly walk your feet up to your hands to where you're at the top of the mat in forward fold. Raise your arms up and sit your booty down to where you're now in chair pose. Release, straighten the legs and go back to forward fold. Sway left and right. Deepening your forward fold. Grab the back of your ankles and pull your chest to rest on top of your thighs and knees if possible. Breathing deeply in and out, straightening the legs. Release. Bend your knees. Unroll yourself to where you're standing tall in mountain pose. Stay here, just breathing in and out, noticing how the mat feels underneath your toes. Noticing the energetic shifts around you. Now raise the arms up high in the air. Swan dive forward into forward fold. Look up halfway with a flat back. Release back down to forward fold. Step your feet back to high plank, lower down chaturanga. Pull yourself up to upward facing dog. Then lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, get up on the toes and hop to the front of the mat. Lift up halfway with a flat back and then release back down, forward fold. Bend your knees. Step the right leg back behind you. You are now in low lunge. Bounce a little bit, getting a nice deep stretch in your thighs. Now straighten your front leg and come up on the heel, pressing your weight back, then press it back forward, rebending that knee. Breathe in, straighten the leg, hips back. Exhale, bend that knee back into low lunge. Inhale, straighten the leg, pull the toes up to meet the ceiling. Lean forward. Exhale, go back, rebend the knee, back to low lunge. Rotate the back foot out. Windmill the arms up into Warrior Two position. Your front foot in the front of you, toes are pointing forward. Your back foot, the toes are pointing the side of the wall. Arms go out in a T position. Square the hips. Go a little bit lower, a little bit deeper, and look over those fingertips. You should be able to look down and see your big toe outside of your knee. Do a reverse warrior, letting your left hand go up overhead, right hand curls around the back of your waist into a bind. Now reverse, letting your left elbow rest on top of your knee. Now let's do triangle pose. Straighten that front leg. Let your hand go down next to your foot. Right hand goes high in the air. Look up at your fingertips, up at the ceiling. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Rebend that front knee. Windmill the arms up. Point your front foot and flex it and sit back on your back heel into runner's lunge. Using your hands as guidance and safety, rock forward a little bit, front and back, experimenting with rotating your hip, just opening it up, seeing how it feels. Getting a nice deep stretch. Using your hands to help guide you. Now let's go to the other side, sitting your bum on your heel. Other foot extended out. Now flip your knee down to the mat. Reach up and over, bending over your extended leg into a nice seated forward fold. Walk your hands up your legs, sitting yourself up. Put your hands behind you. And then slowly lower down on your elbows. Your heel is next to your hip on the leg that's flipped and bent up. So you have this wonderful deep stretch all along the front of your upper thigh. If you can't release yourself to lying your back down on the mat with your hands overhead, you can just hang out on your elbows. You don't have to fully lie yourself down. Now sit yourself up using your hands as guidance. Flip your knee back open to where you're in that side lunge. Picking your bum off the mat and rock forward and back a few times like we did on the other side, just to explore and creating space in your hip socket. Now stand up, rotate yourself to where you're back into Warrior Two position. Now face forward, hands down on the mat, step the front foot back to plank, lowering down to chaturanga and lifting yourself up to upward facing dog. Completing the flow by transferring the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Breathing deeply in and out, come up on your toes, bend your knees, and hop yourself back to the front of the mat and forward fold. Lift up halfway with a flat back, Then exhale, lowering back down to forward fold, this time stepping your left foot behind you. Lowering down into a low lunge. Bounce a little bit up and down. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Get a little bit more flexibility. Then breathe in and lift up the hips, straightening that right knee with the right toes pointing to the ceiling. Then exhale, go back to lunge. Inhale, lift up, straightening the front leg. Exhale, rebend that front knee. Maybe bounce a few times. Now lift up, straightening your front leg, pointing the toes, flexing and bending over it. Rebend down to lunge. Flip that back foot out to where your toes are facing the side of the mat. Windmill the arms up to where you're in Warrior Two position, this time on the other side of your body. Stretch your arms out into a T position and look over the tips of your middle finger and the front hand. Go down a little bit lower, squaring off the hips and finding your place in space. Then flip that front hand up and do reverse warrior, rising it up and overhead, the other hand curling behind your back in a bind. Release, and let's go into our triangle pose. Placing your left hand down by that front foot, right hand goes high in the air, facing the left side. Both legs are straight in triangle. Breathe deeply in and deeply out. Focusing on balance. Keeping the posture. Now rotate to face the mat, back into low lunge. And then when ready, windmill those arms back up. Point that front toe up to the ceiling and sit down on your back heel into this low runner's lunge. You can keep your arms at heart center, or if you'd like to increase flexibility in your groin area, in your inner thighs, rock front and back, creating space and movement in your hip socket. Now face the short side of your mat, flipping your knee down. Your right heel is by your right hip. Lift the arms up and reach up and over, melting over top your extended leg. The foot is in a flexed position. Just relax and let gravity draw you closer to your knee. If you can lay your chest on top of your thigh, that would be excellent. Walk your hands up your leg, pushing your body into an upright position. Then keep going and relax back and lay yourself back on the mat. Placing your hands overhead if possible. If it's not possible, you can always just hang out resting on your elbows. Yogi's choice and whatever feels good to your body. This will get a great stretch all along the tops of your upper thighs. The stronger your legs are, the longer I believe you'll live. Slowly lift your body up into an upright position. Flip your knee up and open to where you're back in that runner's lunge. Now lift your hips up into a center standing straddle, but then sit down on the opposite heel, again in this runner's lunge. Rotating forward and back slightly. Straighten your legs and let's get into center forward fold straddle. And just set your head on the ground if you can. Bend your knees, setting your bum down a little to the left and to the right. Grab your ankles. Creating space in your hips. Getting a nice stretch all up and down your legs. Lift your head up off the mat, bend your knees, and heel toe your feet in a few steps. Put your hands on your hips. Hinging on the hips, lift your torso up into an upright position. Place the hands behind your back, interlocking the fingers. Hinge forward on the hips, slowly lowering the trunk of your body down to the ground. Set your head on the mat if you can. Place your hands up overhead and let them fall to the floor. Trying to open up those shoulders as much as possible, letting them be heavy and allowing gravity to help pull them down towards the earth. Release and pull your torso up from your hips, back to standing position. Heel toe your feet back into the mat. Your feet should be a little bit wider than your hips. And turn out your toes to face east and west. Now lower the hips down and let's seat ourselves down into goddess pose. Work on your form by checking your back. Is it erect? Now straighten your legs, come up to standing position. Pivot to face the other side of the mat. Step to your mat, your feet together in standing mountain pose. Lean forward into forward fold. Step your left foot, then your right foot back into plank position. Lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog. Transfer the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Tilting the hips so that your bum is what they may call presenting, but only so that you can get the deepest stretch in that small area directly under the gluteus muscles. Hop forward to the top of the mat. Open up the feet and sit down, widening your knees into yogi squat. I'm going to change position so that you can see me a little bit better. Think about your form. Your toes are pointed out, the knees are facing your sides. You're using your elbows to widen that. Now release, straighten the legs, heel toe them a little closer in towards each other to where you're in forward fold. Bend one knee, then the other. Then grab the backs of your ankles and pull your chest in a little bit deeper. Lift up your feet and stand on the palms of your hands. Fold down, looking in between your legs to try to take a glimpse of the ceiling. In between your legs and see up through to the heavens. If you need to take a break and bend your knees a little, do so, then re-straighten. Working on flexibility. Release the hands. Rock back on your heels and twist left and right. Rock back on your heels and be in forward fold, but on your heels to get the most deepest stretch all throughout the nerves and the muscles and tendons along the backs of your legs. Release. Sit down in Indian style, crisscross applesauce, and just focus on relaxing. Close your eyes gently. Release all thoughts, worries, movements, and just finish out today's practice with a long, sweet, deep meditation. This is your time to massage yourself from the inside out through all of these beautiful asanas and to create new neural pathways through our yoga practice. At this time, find your favorite position that's nearest and dearest to your heart. Mine is child's pose. And just take this time to feel gratitude and love for yourself and for all that you have. I hope that you enjoyed this practice and that you'll watch the next one and do yoga along with me. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.